Welcome to my dorm room. My dorm room is a plaza triple with a private bathroom, but since COVID is happening, I'm just living in this big old triple room by myself. Anyways, that aside, let's get started with the tour. First, I gotta take off my Birkenstocks though. That's a little bit nasty. I'm not wearing shoes inside the house, even though this is not a house. By the way, today's video is sponsored by ShopTagger, which is a Chrome extension and mobile app that makes sure you never miss out on price drops and coupon codes when you're shopping online. Also, at the end of this video, I'll be going over some details about their $5,000 giveaway, which may be helpful to you if you've been in need of some spare cash to deck out your dorm room or just like survive the COVID times. Anyways, let's get started by first going over a bit more about ShopTagger. ShopTagger is an app and Chrome extension that I found super useful when doing my dorm room shopping. I started putting together my list way before I even knew where I was going to college, so I found ShopTagger really helpful in keeping track of all of my items in one place and monitoring them for price drops so I didn't have to keep checking the websites for sales. So if you're going to be dorm room shopping or you want to keep an eye out and get notified about Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales, might I recommend checking out ShopTagger. The way it works is you can save an item from a variety of retail sites onto your list, and then you'll receive an email or push notification whenever there's a price change, and you can organize your saved items into a list for each category. Additionally, if you're shopping online, the ShopTagger Chrome extension will automatically scan the web for coupon codes and apply them to your order and see which combination saves you the most money. They've also launched a brand new cashback feature, so you can get a certain percentage of your purchase back via PayPal on qualifying websites. If this sounds interesting to you, check out the link in the description below to download ShopTagger, and you can get it on both your computer and your phone to help maximize your savings. Directly left of the door over here, we have my dining hall corner. Right now, all of the UCLA dining halls are takeout, so all I do is pick up my food from the dining hall and then eat here in my room, which has attracted quite a few ants, unfortunately, but my solution that I found is to just throw away my food waste right after I'm done with it, instead of putting it in my trash can in my room and then letting it fester there and attract pests for a week. Seems kind of obvious, but welcome to not knowing how to be an adult. Anyways, let me show you around this first desk. Over here we've got my plant named Evie and this pumpkin that I got for free on campus. I try to keep this surface as clean as possible using the cleaning supplies that I have over here. Then I also have the vitamins and supplements that I take, mostly just the iron one. I kind of just forget that the rest of these exist sometimes. Next, let's move on to the food-related items, starting with my Brita filter pitcher and my little cup of water. I have many mugs, as you can see up here, and that I'll show you in this drawer, but I recently did my dishes, so most of them are not yet out and about and cluttering my room. Further evidence of having done my dishes recently, here is where I'm leaving a bunch of stuff out to dry. This next shelf is for most of my everyday going outside essentials. So starting on this side, we have a variety of face masks. Then we have, more normal, non-COVID related going out essentials like my wallet, my earbuds, my keys, pepper spray, my phone, and this box of tissues isn't really like a going outside kind of thing, but there it is. This top drawer is the only one that's filled, and in here I just have all of my food stuff. I'm on a meal plan that gives me 14 meals a week, so I usually just make my own breakfast. Right now, my breakfast of choice has been this Trader Joe's instant oatmeal, and I also have just caffeine, mostly tea. I try not to get too much coffee because I don't want to be dependent on caffeine yet. I should probably restock my snacks at some point. We'll see if I can muster the motivation to walk like 2 miles up and down hill for that. Now, speaking of food stuff, you might be wondering, where the heck is your microwave and refrigerator? I know, that's just been weighing on everyone's minds this whole time. And to that, let me show you my bathroom. So yes, you may be wondering, why the heck do you have your fridge and microwave in the bathroom? And to that I say, one, this is a rented microfridge unit that contains both the microwave and the fridge. So I have to have them here together. And secondly, it's really freaking loud. Right now, it's being nice and quiet. I think it wants to act nice for the video, but at night, it often like activates, I guess it's cleaning or like circulating the fluids that keep it cold mode. So an effective solution I found to reduce the amount the noise bothers me at night is to just have it in here and then close the door to muffle the sound. This setup has many cons. For example, it feels kind of gross to be looking at the place that you store and cook your food while you poop and or pee. And I have a really janky extension cord setup, but it's better than getting no sleep. Anyways, while we're here in my fancy schmancy private bathroom, let me show you around a bit. On this side, we have the shower. And directly next to it, facing my fridge, unfortunately, is the toilet. Here is where I keep all of my personal care liquids. Up top, we have all of my skincare products, my toothbrush, toothpaste, and some soap, along with this saline wound wash. Even though I've had my ears pierced for like a year at this point, one of them I accidentally ripped out of the back and there is no longer a piercing hole there because I'm supposed to let it heal for a year. And the other one keeps getting infected for some reason. So once again, I'm asking for your life advice. Why the frick is this happening and how do I stop it? And then we have a variety of cabinets and drawers, and these I have actually managed to fill up somehow. This first one has some contacts related stuff and reusable cotton rounds. The next one is for a variety of like beauty related things. So we have my nail polish and some extra lip balm and moisturizer and deodorant. The next one down is like first aid supplies. And the one on the bottom is hairstyling products, most of which I have no idea how to use, but I'm gonna learn how to do that eventually. And lastly, this larger cabinet has some period products and like refills, so extra hand sanitizer and soap and floss and all those other things that I consume regularly. Not eat, consume, like go through the product consume. I think you know what I meant. Over here, we've got my bed. Well, actually, we have two different beds. This one up here is the one that I actually sleep on, and this is like a couch bed. If you watched my move-in video, you might have seen that at first I decided that I wanted to sleep on this one because it was the only one I could functionally get fitted sheets onto. But since then, I've realized that one, I spend way too much time like face planting on this bottom bunk for it to be feasible for me to sleep on it, because doing non-sleep related things in your bed, like studying or watching TikTok, which are the two main things I do on this bottom bunk, are not very good for your ability to fall asleep on that bed because it kind of conditions your brain to be active and awake in this location. So that was kind of a trap I fell into because this bed is like smack dab in the center, right next to the desk where I study. It's just so easy to sit here and do things instead of only use it for sleeping. However, I didn't really end up having that problem with this top bunk. Since it is kind of out of the way, I have to climb a ladder to get up there. It kind of disincentivizes me from just flopping there and watching TikToks or procrastinating or doing work. I think that was a very long-winded explanation, but there also isn't very much going on around here. Like, I have a sheet on a mattress, I have my two stuffed animals, Sharkeel O'Neal and Beavy, and I have a throw blanket and some extra pillows, so not exactly revolutionary content. And it's kind of the same story on the top bunk. Not exactly anything revolutionary going on, I just have my pillows and comforter. And I sleep. Now we've gone through the sections that correspond to most of life's necessities, like eating and sleeping. And here we have arrived at the third necessity, which is studying. Directly next to my bed, we have my desk where I do all of my studying and Zoom classes and other work. It is productivity central. This desk also has one of those shelves that you've seen on top of the other two desks in this room, but I took it off and put it to the side so that I get as much window surface area as possible, as much sunlight access as I can. On the top layer I have all of my school supplies, including a bunch of notebooks, my planner, some pens and pencils, and my vertical storage shelf, which I use for paper and important documents, and my iPad. The shelf directly below that has all of my makeup. Crammed in the back corner are all of my eyeshadow palettes, which really isn't a great solution for storage. And then on the bottom shelf we have this binder that contains my calculus textbook, because even though I paid $100 frickin', they couldn't be bothered to bind the pages together. They just gave me a bunch of pages and they were like, figure it out. So I guess I figured it out with this binder, but oh boy, that feels like a ripoff to me. And then the shelves on this desk, the first one contains some extra school supplies that I just don't use as often, like tapes and colorful pens and refill items. The second drawer has paper products like envelopes and index cards. And the last one is what I call my storage section. It's where I have storage for all of my storage items like bags, laptop sleeves, and little cardboard trays. I don't really have much decor in this room, but this one thing I have that really sparks joy is this little tiny Minecraft painting that I did over the summer. Oops. And here on the opposite side of my bed, we have my dresser. On top here, I have a wax melter. Since we're not allowed to have candles in here for fire hazard safety reasons, I use this to safely melt these little wax melts that I got from an Etsy business, and it helps make my room smell less like dorm room air conditioning. We've also got my plant named Levy, and then next to it we've got this little pumpkin that I got from Trader Joe's. But I think it's giving me a sign that Halloween spooky season is over and pumpkins need to go in the compost. On the other side here, we just have all of my accessories. The only ones I really wear ever are these two hair clips, but I also theoretically own jewelry that's in that pink box. We've also got this slightly disgusting bowl that I used to eat oatmeal this morning, and I just haven't washed my dishes yet. So we're gonna pretend this isn't here. This top drawer is the one that I use the most often, since it contains my underwear and socks and my short sleeves, short pants types of items. And then the one below that is just for things that are a little bit warmer, so long pants, leggings, sweaters, jackets, and a couple of dresses. This is my creative corner, so over here on the table surface itself, I have the in-progress mess of this DIY miniature greenhouse that I've been making. If you watched my first week of college vlog, you saw that I made a ton of progress during the first week of the quarter, but now that schoolwork is really kicking in, midterm season seems to span from about the 3rd week to the 7th week of the 10-week quarter. I haven't really had time to work on these creative projects, which kind of bums me out. Anyways, up here we've got my book, Study With Me, which is all about bullet journaling for students. If that interests you, perhaps you might want to check that out. It's available on Amazon and it's linked in the description as always. That's enough self-promo for today. On the next shelf down, we've got my exercise resistance bands that I use for indoor at-home workouts, and my camera equipment. Then in this first drawer, we've got some additional electronics equipment like microphones and camera batteries and cables. And then the second drawer includes some art supplies like my acrylic paints and paintbrushes and my Instax camera, which really doesn't go in here. It goes with my camera equipment. Then in this bunk up here above the creativity corner is just a bunch of random stuff that I brought with me that I don't really use, like my Google Home, which cannot connect itself to the UCLA Wi-Fi for some reason, and some extra sheets. The last thing I have to show you all, which completes our circle around all the way back to the door, is this closet with all of my cleaning supplies. On the doorknob here, I just store my backpacks, and inside is where the real magic happens. So first up top, we have cleaning supplies, as I mentioned. This includes some Tide Pods, Swiffer Sweeper refills, these wool dryer bowls, trash bags, and up here are just some extra towels and sheets. And then below that, you guessed it, more cleaning supplies. So we've got my Swiffer sweeper and this little vacuum, along with this clothes drying rack that's folded up real nicely, and my laundry hamper. And then lastly, in the back here, we've got a yoga mat, which, just like my resistance bands, I use for indoor at-home exercise. And that concludes this dorm tour. Welcome, you've survived to the end of the video, and you're here most likely to hear about ShopTagger's $5,000 giveaway. It's super easy to enter. All you have to do is download the app and extension to your computer and phone. Then save at least 3 items onto your wish list, but the more you save, the higher your chances of winning. The deadline to complete these steps is November 24th, 2020, and then ShopTagger will be emailing the winners on the 25th. If you win, you'll be able to select a store of your choice, and you'll get a $5,000 gift card. Once again, if you're interested in downloading ShopTagger, be sure to visit the link in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. I upload new videos about student life every week, and you can find photos of my notes and perhaps my general life on my Instagram, which is @studyquill. See you next time!